This is a short video of how to add customers and how to set up customer groups on Sika POS. So as usual, we're going to log in, and just a reminder, you log in with your username and password. So we'll just log in as the business owner at the moment. And once you log in, to be able to everything that has got to do with customers or suppliers goes in contact section. So the contact section is located at the left hand side and the contacts. Now once you click on contacts, which is here, under contacts you have suppliers, customers, customer groups, import contacts, and map. Now suppliers are great because you'll be able to, this is handy if you want to have suppliers and put that in the purchases or stock transfers. It's good to add them if you need them, but it's not necessarily compulsory to fill in the suppliers. But if you have a business that take orders from suppliers, this is where you put in your suppliers. Your customers to the same. This is where you add your customers and manage them from here. Same also goes for customer groups. If you want to group your customers, maybe general customers, maybe VIP customers, VVIP customers, just like the previously in terms of user management, it's important to create customer group. Then when you're adding customers, you add those customers to those groups. Now, it's important that I remind you that this is not the only place to add customers. You can add customers under contacts, or you can add customers in the POS system. So for example, if someone just walks in the store, which will be later explained in the POS system, you can either decide to make a sale by a normal walk-in customer or make a sale using a registered customer. Now there's a place in the POS system that allows you to add a customer right on the screen. You don't have to come back here. Now, to get going, you click on customers, and this gives you a general overview of the customer list depending on how your list looks, but this gives you a list view for starting from the top. The first section is filters. This is if you have a whole list of customers, you'll be able to filter them according to groups or which customer has been assigned to a staff member in your company, or the status of the customer account, whether it's active or inactive, or we are selling from, or people we've sold from in the last 1 month. So the first section is filtering, literally. The second section is customers list. Now by default, I think by default is 25. If you want to change the number of views on this list, remember in the previous settings videos, you'll be able to change that in business settings, where you show how many users show on this list. Now, adding a customer. Very simple to add a customer. You come to customers and you click add. And once you click add, it's very simple. You just put in here. From here you'll be able to select where it goes, and in cases where the person is a customer and a supplier, you'll be able to choose the customer type, whether it's an individual or whether it's business. You'll be able to select. Then you can leave the ID by default to that. If the person is being added to a general customers or VIP customers, and that, so on and so forth. So if you want to add more information on that customer, it goes on and on and on. And if the customer has any, let's just say, any other field that you want to be able to add, in previous sections I had mentioned that if there's a custom field, so for example this is a pharmacy, and in that pharmacy they want to be able to get the blood type and genotype, or sickle cell, or next of kin. Now this does not come by default, so you just go to the business settings, custom labels, and add more custom labels. That's where you'll be able to collect all these information on that. So this is just a general overview of how to add a customer, whether it's just a normal customer or whether it's just a supplier. And this is that. So you can even add a contact person, so it's almost like a next of kin contact person for that customer, or in this case if it's a business, you can apply the business, add the business, but you add the contact person of that business.
So if it's just to say the business is Sikakasa Limited, they put in the details of Sikakasa Limited. You can choose to assign that business to a staff member. Then you can put in the contact person details of that business. So that means that this part is not necessarily needed, and they are all optional. But if it's individual, you can just add this information and you're good to go. So this is just a general overview of how to add customer, how to add a customer to customer groups. And if you want to create more groups, you can just simply go to contacts, customer groups, and you'll be able to create that group. You can assign, create groups and assign percentage. You can create price selling groups, and so on and so forth. So basically, yeah, that if you want to add more groups, you just go. So by default, there is no customer group. This account has already been filled with general customers and VIP customers. If you want to create more, feel free to create customers. Now, again, depending on how many your account has access to, this is how to create customers and customer groups. Thank you very much.